Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you for joining me on what here in Scotland is a snowy morning. I've got a really quick make for you today. It's a little, I'm making some of these little booklets for putting in journals. I put them in pockets. Sometimes I put them in a pocket of another little booklet, put them in that pocket of another little booklet, and then put that little booklet in a journal. Really easy, fun we make. As I said, little pocket. I've made this one. I'm going to make another one, and I've already, I'll show you in a second, I've already kind of made all the elements of it. It only took me like 20 minutes, but I just thought you don't need to see me doing that. You know what that's involved. For this one, I used Distress Oxide Crushed Olive and Archival ink in Peat Moss. And for the inside here, I used this little bit of paper from a jelly printing session I had. That's what's covering that there. For the one I'm currently making, the colours I'm using are StazOn Midnight Blue and Teal Blue. And that bit of paper inside it's another bit of jelly printing from the same thing. As you can see, it doesn't matter that it doesn't make, because, well, you'll see why that doesn't matter in a wee while. Now, what I'm going to shortly do is make my paper, but I'm going to start, because you might see behind there is some stamping, and I used this collector's edition Circle Dots by IndigoBlu number 6. And the wonderful thing about these, they come on these plasticized things, so when you're doing this kind of stamping, you don't necessarily need to take that off to do it. I take it off because I don't like things getting mucky. I'm terrible. Now, I've already stamped the other bits, and I've stamped these bits using the Midnight Blue. So I'm going to stamp the background using the Teal Blue. I like to use a knife and a ruler, but you can of course use scissors if you're using a knife and a ruler. One of the things to remember with book page is to go slow and gentle, because this is so fragile. This is still even going slow and gentle. Do I need a new blade? Oh, right, I'll be back. I'm going to get a new blade. Okay, that's a new blade. That's the scariest. Not doing that on camera, because that scares me every time I do it, in case it suddenly goes flying. Okay, this paper's still being rather funny, but that's slightly better. I think that's maybe because it was already a blunt blade I was using. And I can't remember what I was saying then. Yes, so it's just to show that actually you can do the same project with different colours. And yes, it looks the same, but it also looks different because it's been done with different colours. Because not only do the different colours just make it look slightly different and make it look like it will go with different things, colours also can affect your mood. So if it's a colour that you particularly like or particularly don't like, then that will impact, oh, didn't stay too close to the ruler then, that will impact on how you feel about something. Right, if I'd cut that before printing, I could have used, I can still use the back of them. There we go. Then what you do is you fold it in half. Fold it in half the other way. And then this way you fold those halves into half. It really is as simple as that. for your folding. Well, actually there's another wee bit of folding coming, and the other wee bit of folding maybe is where people sometimes get lost. And then, so you've got, can you see? So you've got 4 folds that way, 1 fold that way, and 4 folds that way. And what you're going to do is you're going to go up the center fold to this line. So these 3, you're going to cut all the way up to that center line, leaving the end one still attached. I always use a knife and do it this way from that point, because I find that's the best way of not going over that point. That's not quite cutting it, one of those bits there, it keeps catching. Sometimes in this older paper, because it's older and started to go fragile, there can be a little bit of paper that isn't going fragile for some reason. Right, so let's put that away because it's a sharp blade, although even a blunt blade, sometimes a blunt blade can do you more harm. So you've now got a cut there, these 2 connect to the bottom and 3. So starting by folding out the way so that your pattern is out the way, and then fold towards you, then fold away from you, and then when you get to this stage, this bit here, you're folding those 2 pattern ones together, and then going back down this way, zigzagging back down, and then you end up with something that looks like that. The next stage, now at this point, you can do something slightly different and leave it as it is, and first thing I'll do is I'll do this bit here with some so I'm going along the edge bit that's cut and along this edge bit that's cut. So this is the 2 at the end, going along those that are cut and folding that together, and that then gives you your pocket. Now, having done that, you've got a choice. You can leave it as it is and have it as there's a book, there's your pocket, there's a book, you get to the end of the book, and then you go back the book the other way, and you might want to stamp the back if you were doing that as well. But however, I want to create just a little 4-page book for what I'm doing. So now what I'm going to do is, this is my front page as it were, I'm going to open my front page the other way onto the plain bit, and wherever there is a plain page meeting a plain page, I'm going to stick them together. So, and because this is old book page, stick glue will be fine for this. So stick those together. So this will be going into the book, and now we've got a sturdier page, so go the other way, and the ones without your printing on, you're going to stick them together. That's the next 2. And always take it back on top of the pile, because you'll find you'll get a better match of pages if you take it. If you took it away from you, then you'd find, well, I'll show you in a second. So that's those 2 pages done, right? So when you get to that, then go to the back of the book, and again just stick these 2 pages together. Now let me just show you quickly this. If I was to fold it that way, when it was down, this page would be flat, and you'd stand a chance of actually the page not meeting. But if you fold it on top of that, then you're going to have the page meet. I hope that made sense. It's a hard one to explain. And then let's do this last one. So there's 4 lots of pages you're sticking together. Right, let's just put that back on there just now. And let's move that over there, out the way. So now you have a little book that opens, has a pocket, has a pocket and continues, but doesn't flip back the other way. Now I'm just going to put that underneath the ink pads for a wee bit of weight for a moment. I'm going to sit myself down, excuse the chair noises, and go through where we've got to with other bits and pieces. In here you'll see that there's 3 words printed: hello friend, make a wish, and choose to shine. And I've done exactly the same words: hello friend, make a wish, and choose to shine. And these all come from Stampers Anonymous, and it's Tiny Text CMS 394. And that one there's fallen off. Choose to shine is choosing to fall off. Then I also, on this one, I have this stamp on the back, which is this one here. And this one comes from another Stampers Anonymous, because I had my Stampers Anonymous folder out, and it's this one here, and this is Floral Tattoo CMS 059. And then the other one that I done is the one on the front here, and even at this stage you can see the difference that the colour makes. I mean, even if I just pop that on there, you can see the difference the colour makes. This one comes from a lovely set called Patchwork Pieces CMS 270, and this is just delightful. Lots of patchwork pieces and these strips of sewing, and it's just lovely. It's lovely, that one. I really like that one. I love the geometric shapes. There's not a lot of geometric shaped stuff around, and I really like geometric shapes. So we've got these ones here. We've also got, this was a bit of music printed paper, and now this isn't in the other one, and I'm not bothered about it in case somebody sees it and says, oh, what was that, what was that? That is a woodblock stamp that I use on the jelly plate, because woodblock stamps on jelly plates are fabulous because they need something squishy to work onto. And it came from the Indian block company. It's just called Triangles, I think. I don't, in fact, it might not even have it. No, I think it's mini triangles, I think is what it's called. So the first thing I'm now going to do then is trim off this wee tag, just as that, because there's a tag before it's been covered. See how this wee, and if I don't trim off those corners, did you see that then? If I don't trim off these corners, then it'll end up, because it's going in and out of pocket, it'll end up being a bit of a disaster, because they'll end up folding over and then catching and stuff. So just find them. You can easily find them because they're softer. You can easily find them. You can just fold them over like that and cut them if you're not sure exactly where they are. Or if you don't need to use these. I use these because they fit in the pockets of the pages I use perfectly. And I'm just going to trim along that bottom one as well. They fit along the pages I use perfectly, and I don't need to think about cutting something the right size. But if you haven't got them or don't have them, or are quite happy cutting yourself a bit of paper, then cut yourself a bit of paper. Don't make it too thick because it's got to go in that wee pocket. That's the other thing I like about them. I just trimmed the bottom of these. My wee bit of paper wasn't quite long enough, and I just trimmed the bottom. Haven't inked this yet, and I'm just going to ink this up with Memento Rich Cocoa, because that's the one I'm currently trying to finish up and get used up so that I can get rid of the stash of Memento dewdrops I've got. Well, they're not all Memento, some of them are the other ones, but I've got loads of these dewdrops from my card making days. Let's just go around the other side of that. think this one's starting to dry out a bit actually. It might be that this is, oh, there we go. There we go. And I'm just going to do a wee rub there on that bit there. So if we go back to the one I previously did, you can see that in here I've just used some stickers on that. So now choosing stickers can sometimes take a wee while. Let's take this out. There's less likelihood of it taking a while this time because I'm not trying to pick something that goes with a theme so much, but we need to make sure it's something small. So actually I could stick one of these on, couldn't I? I could stick one of these Alice in Wonderland stickers on. I quite like something to contrast. Maybe just use that top one there. Yeah, that looks all right, doesn't it? Let's just ink it up. That's one side done. That was quick enough. Actually, that's quite handy to know somebody gave me those stickers. I've not done an Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff around at the moment. I think a lot of people have been doing Alice in Wonderland journals and the like, and those stickers came in a wee scrap swap thing. Some of them were already away. I think they'd probably already used the ones they wanted for whatever they wanted, and I'm happy to use them and grateful for them. I'm just going to stick that slightly to the side so you can still see a bit of the triangle and a bit of that word. And we need something for the other side, and we've got a little bit here where the paper didn't match, so that's where that the sticker's mainly going to go. If you see something as I'm flipping here through Shout, actually I might just use a bit of this and then find a sticker to go on top of it, because a lot of these washi stickers, I liked washi stickers to start with, but actually they don't stick on very well. If we've got Alice on one side, what should we put on the other side? That's the question. Do we want it to be something that's, oh look at this, I've got a Disney ticket that's far too big and I can't even cut it down to make it work. That's the only problem with these, is sometimes I just put a word on them because it can be quite difficult to find stickers that, oh there's a small sticker, we could put that says arrow and it's got a bit of quite like that. It's got a bit of sewing on, so something that's maybe sewingy. Or do you think we can get away with just that one sticker on that side? Let's just trim this down. Oh, that went back in my box, didn't it? That wasn't good. Let's trim that down. Oh, that bit went back in my box as well. See that bit? Take that out. And let's just ink this up. I've got a bit of something stuck on there now. Oh, I think I'm going to have to get another one of these out. Oh, it just doesn't seem to have a lot of ink on it left on it at all at the moment. Got to really press down to get some ink on it. There we go. This is one of these washi stickers. It'll either come up straight away or I'll put you on pause for 6 hours as I try and peel it off. But I don't just stick it down because it's coming in and out. There we go. In and out of pocket, and if it's going in and out of pocket, always add an extra bit of glue stick. There's more chance of it actually then wearing off the, well, you don't know how many times it's going to come in and out of pocket. I had a feeling that wasn't going to show. Typical glue stick thing. Oh, look at that. Let's put that on there. That's obviously one I've already cut. Let's put that on there. Let's ink up him. And he's maybe a bit too peely-wally, but never mind. That'll do. That'll do. That just makes that one show a bit better and finishes up that. These long stickers, sometimes I use them complete, but mostly I end up cutting them down for smaller bits. There we go. Let's glue that down. That was sheer chance that could have a better contrast. Right, so that's that. Let's go back now to our wee booklet, and we have it all at this stage. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start sticking the bits on. I know I haven't inked it up yet, but you can see how they look very different, just in different colours. Actually, this one also looks smaller, and yet it's not. Look, it's exactly the same size, but then this one hasn't been inked up yet. So let's ink this up first. Now, we used the teal blue for the stamping, so I'm using the midnight blue for the first lot of inking, which I also I use to kind of haze onto the page a bit, so it also gives a bit of haze onto the page. Every single page needs to be gone round on both front and back. And you don't need to watch me doing this. So I've finished doing that, and I'm just quickly inking around this. You might have been wondering, oh, I think I maybe already inked around that, but it just didn't show very well. I did already ink around it, didn't I? Maybe I only inked one side. That side wasn't looking as if it inked. You might be wondering why I've inked again in the brown once I've hazed in the what was it, midnight blue. I just think it gives a crisper look to it. So you can see how they're exactly the same, but look quite different. Let me bring it up closer to you. They don't look quite different, but they do look different. The one thing now I need to do that I haven't done for this one, let's start by putting this now in its wee pocket. Oh, have I stuck that together? Usually a wee push at the sides will just open that pocket enough. Has it ended up? No, no, it's okay. It's okay. It was a wee bit stuck, but it's okay. So let's just put that in there. The one thing I haven't done yet is the lines. Now I use this, and this is from a diary, and it's that contact information at the front that I don't know about you, but I never fill in. That's that little book finished. So we have the one that I'd already done in the crushed olive distress ink and the Peat moss archival ink, both from Ranger. And we have this one that I've done in the teal blue and the midnight blue from StazOn. And you can see how they're the same but different. They both have the same. Oh, I didn't stick that on very straight, did I? Probably too late to correct that, but never mind. The thing is squiffy beneath it as well. They both have a little tag in it. That one's slightly different colour to that one. This is more kind of matchy tones, while this is a contrast. Where just another wee difference there. And there we go. So it doesn't take long to do that wee make. I hope you might think about giving it a try. Thank you for joining me for today. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Don't forget, keep crafting. Bye for now.